Good afternoon from Oslo. Final time here. Pro Tour 9 on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour. We are guaranteed a new winner for 2026. We've got two former champions going up against each other in the final. Teemu Harju, who won 2 titles in 2025, going up against Benjamin Drew Reus, whose sole title on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour was back in 2023. So one of these two players is going to pick up another title today and end a little bit of a wait to taste silverware again. I'm Alex Moss and delighted to be in your company once again for the final of today's Pro Tour. As with all the matches, right from the first round through to the final, it is a race to 6 legs, the best of 11 legs to determine today's champion. This has been a very strong start to the final for Benjamin Drew Reus. Back-to-back 140s, followed by a 136 to lead tops after 12 darts on throw. Harju way back in the 200s. Three darts missed for Benjamin Drew Reus to take the opening leg. Shouldn't prove too costly. Harju is going to get a chance here. And a big finish for the opener. Not going to go on this occasion. So Reus had left himself tops after 12 darts. He's now into a 7th visit of the leg. And this time he does get over the line. It's a 20 dart holder throw in the end for the Dane. But they all count the same. That is the first leg of this final to the former PDC Tour card holder. As you can see from his barnet, he has gone for a little bit of a Peter Wright effort with the different colour hair. Something that fortunately I'm not able to do, but every credit to Benjamin, who is back competing in finals again. This is his first appearance back on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour since July last year. So just over a year since we've seen Benjamin competing in these tournaments. In the meantime, it's been the man on your screen right now, Teemu Harju, who has been doing the damage. Picked up his first 2 titles on the tour last year. It was in fact in this very city in Oslo last August, around this time last year, when Teemu won the final Pro Tour event of the season in Oslo to finish second on count back in the rankings for 2025, qualify for the PDC World Darts Championship. And a few months later, before making that debut at Ali Pali, did go on and win the first ever staging of the PDC Nordic and Baltic Championship. It's not been as successful 2026 so far for Teemu. Today is the first time he's made a semi-final on the PDC MB Pro Tour. He's now into his first final of the year. It's a run that has catapulted him up the rankings as that 140 is taken out. Big finish from Teemu Harju to level up this final. Teemu started off the day 18th in the rankings for this year. This run to the final has put him up to number 11, were he to pick up another win here, he would go up to number 6. He would be 2,300 euros off second spot, which is Daniel Larsson. So with 3 tournaments still to go, it's not completely out of the question that he could get into that top 2 again and qualify for Ali Pali via that route, but you'd think he would need to win this title to give himself any chance of doing that. As for Benjamin Drew Reus, I mentioned this is his first appearance of the season. Well, he's made a bit of a dent in getting into that top 24, getting into the Nordic and Baltic Championship. He is 25th on the rankings now, just 100 euros off that top 24. And a title here would put him up to number 18. So it would put him in the spots with 3 events to go. Plenty to play for both of these players. This looks to be a comfortable holder throw for Benjamin Drew Reus. We said that in the first leg. Messed around on the doubles, but there's no messing around this time from Benjamin. Holds throw in 14 darts. 3 legs played, 3 holds a throw. Our last match on the live stream, we did see Teemu Harju come back from 3-2 down to beat Daniel Larsson. He won 4 straight legs to win 6-3. Well, the other semi-final, which you may have been following on our coverage, we did put the Dart Connect scoreboard on there for you. Victor Tingstrom raced into a 4-0 lead, but Reus came back with 6 consecutive legs to win it 6-4, book his spot in a first final in 3 years. Victor Tingstrom still looking for that first final on this tour. That is a 4th semi-final for him now. 3rd of the year. Keeps knocking on the door. A reminder that following this final, there will be some more coverage on the PDC Nordic and Baltic YouTube channel. We have got the final Euro Tour qualifier of the season for the Dutch Darts Championship. You can follow all the matches on Dart Connect, and if you want to follow some of the live action on the stream as well. Yeah, I've got 33 players at the last check that are lined up to play in that tournament, including Teemu Harju. He will be there. Yesterday, if you missed any of our action yesterday, we did have a couple of Euro Tour qualifiers for ET 13 and 14. Michael Hansen securing himself a debut on the Euro Tour, and Yanni Avisto, his 2nd appearance of the season. Reus not going to threaten the 119 on this occasion, and he's not put much of a dent in it. So Harju on throw here. 419s will leave the ball. Doesn't come close to it. So Reus here. Looking at double 7. And that is 2 darts missed for the first breaker throw in this final. Are you now going to get 1 dart to level things up again? Goes outside, you see the shake of the head. Disappointment. Can Reus find a way through? It's an awkward first dart. 3 more darts missed for the Dane. That would have been the first big moment of this final in terms of breaks a throw. Harju somehow holds his throw, a 9 visit leg. Don't expect to see many of them in this final. Harju takes it. There was the quality of the 140 in the second leg. That leg, won't want to remember too fondly. But we are level after 4 legs. 4 holds a throw in this final. I mentioned to our colleagues on the Nordic and Baltic tour yesterday when the entries were coming in and we were close to knowing the full lineup for this weekend in Oslo, I did see Benjamin Drew Royce's name on the list and was pleased to see him back after a little while away. He did have a PDC tour card for the last couple of years, lost that at the end of last season. So far today he's impressed at times. We did see his first game back in that last 64, the 6-0 whitewash of Andreas Olgordhus. He then beat Jani Lohila 6-2. Jakob Skovgaard 6-5 in a real close game in the last 16, and he's then beaten 2 current PDC tour card holders, Oskar Lukasiak 6-3 and Victor Tingstrom 6-4 in the semi-finals. Tops for a 1-1-4. Goes high, but he will come back with 3 more darts at it. Teemu halves his score. Reus can't find the tops. So Harju has got a chance to get a breaker throw here. It's a loose first dart. He'll be disappointed with that. Even a bounce out would have made the shot still on after the first dart, but that single one really did end any hope of checking out. But Reus again missing on the outer ring. Harju has picked his pocket once again. 27 dart break followed by, 27 dart hold followed by a 19 dart break. Benjamin Drew Royce missing 7 darts to hold his throw there. Got to say, I have been impressed with Teemu Harju today. We did see his first game of the day on the live stream a few hours ago when he beat Remy Raw 6-0. Then picked up another whitewash against Roy Arnie Moen. The whitewashes continued. 6-0 against Jonas Sorensen, who we've seen win a title this year. He then lost a couple of legs, surprisingly, in a 6-2 win against Jonas Graverson. Then he returned to form 6-0 against Yanni Avisto, the current number 3. And then he's just beaten the number 2, Daniel Larsson, 6-3 in our last game. So it's been a very impressive run so far for Teemu Harju. I don't know whether they're just questioning one of the scores there. A good start to the leg for Reus here. A couple of 1 treble visits has put him in contention to get that break back straight away. Good visit there from Harju, down to a finish. Is he going to get the first bit of real daylight in this final? If he can hold here, he'll be 2 up, 2 away from taking the title. Not the best setup shot. Reus would love a 180 here. And that is exactly what he gets at just the right time to leave tops. Right back in the leg, Harju. He's got options here. He's looking at double-double. First one doesn't find the intended target. And Benjamin Drew Reus, he's got his radar back on the doubles, finds tops with the first dart. And we have ourselves a level game after 6 legs. You've got to say, that is impressive resolve from the Dane, who in the last leg missed 7 darts at a double, saw his throw get broken. He's come back, hit that maximum, hit tops first dart. He's got the slight advantage again in this final with the throw. I mentioned we've got the last Euro Tour qualifier coming up later today. That will start at 7 o'clock local time, 6 o'clock if you're in the UK. Then the action concludes here in Oslo with Pro Tour 10 tomorrow. That gets underway same time as today, 11 o'clock local time, 10 o'clock if you're in the UK. This is the first weekend of the Nordic and Baltic Tour for 12 weeks. We've not got as long to wait for the next one. The season finale in terms of Pro Tour events will be the final weekend of September in Tallinn, Estonia, hosting some events. Pro Tours 11 and 12, the last 2 events of the season. Then all eyes will be on the Nordic and Baltic Championship in Denmark. More details on that to come very soon, in the next week or so. So make sure you're following PDC Nordic and Baltic socials to find out all the details for that. Teemu Harju is the reigning champion for that tournament. Benjamin Drew Reus didn't make the first staging of it last year, but this run today has put him right in the mix to get there this year. So Harju leaves tops. Reus wants double 10 to go back in front, and he does just that. Advantage to the Dane after 7 legs. It's only by the odd leg, but we are on throw again. Not quite been the high standard that we've seen from these 2 players earlier today. It has been a long morning and afternoon of darts. A good field of players here today. 80 players were on the start line this morning. That quarter-final lineup that we had today, arguably one of the best that we've seen on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour. You had a bunch of current tour card holders in Oscar Lukasiak, Victor Tingstrom, Cord Decker, players that have held tour cards before, the likes of Benjamin Drew Reus, Yanni Avisto, Daniel Larsson, who's played in the World Championship a few times, and last year's number 2, Teemu Harju, and Johan Engstrom, who has been a multiple-time title winner on this tour. Reus finds another maximum. He seems to be hitting them at some really important times. That one in the 6th leg against the throw left himself tops. This one has just kept him interested in this leg, although that visit will not please him too much. Harju leaves himself single to double. Reus walking on that last dart. I think he feels this leg might be done and dusted for him. As Harju looks at tops to level again. Two darts missed. Reus with a chance to go one away from the title. Now double 10. Two darts inside, and you see the reaction there. He's a man that doesn't give too much away, Benjamin Drew Reus, but when that first dart found the treble 17, his eyes would have lit up with two darts to break the throw. Harju finds that double 10 with the last dart. It's now just a best of 3 to determine today's Pro Tour champion. Reus kicks off the leg with a 140. Harju returns the favour. Teemu Harju looking to win his third Pro Tour title and his first of the season. Won 2 last year. Won the Nordic and Baltic Championship. Is he making his move now? A maximum to follow that 140. Excellent leg of scoring from both players as Reus finds a 180 of his own. He leaves 56 after 9 darts. An excellent leg. Saw in the last match, Harju found that big leg just when he needed it to beat Yanni Avisto, and Drew Reus has taken out the 56. 12 dart holder throw. The only way you can beat that if you're throwing second is a 9 darter. So Reus is on the cusp. He's one away from the title. His second of his career and a first since 2023. Hasn't played on this tour since July of last year. First event back. What a statement this would be to win the title. It looks like we are going to that final leg here. Harju's kicked off with two treble visits. He does leave a finish after 9 darts. Whatever Reus hits here, he will not be in finishing range just yet. I think he'll be bracing himself for that last leg decider. He's already played in one today against Jakob Skovgaard. Came through that. No one has really got close to Teemu Harju today. This is the closest anyone's got to him. He's now throwing to take us all the way to that final leg. 1 dart at tops for 5 all. Goes high. Title winning checkout for Benjamin Drew Reus. Not going to go. But he does leave himself very handy if Harju does not clean up this tops. One dart left at double 5. Clap of the hands there from Teemu Harju. Was there a distraction, or was that just at himself? I don't know, but Benjamin Drew Reus is eyeing up tops to win the title. Benjamin Drew Reus is back in the winner's circle on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour. His only title before this was back in 2023. He's had 2 years on the PDC Tour, and in his first event since July last year, a year layoff from the tour, he's back, and he's back winning titles. He has beaten Teemu Harju by 6 legs to 4. He's into the spots for the PDC Nordic and Baltic Championship, and he is back as one of the main contenders, you'd say, on this tour. Thank you very much for joining us on the Pro Tour action today. A reminder, the Euro Tour qualifiers get underway at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock UK time. But the Pro Tour action will resume tomorrow with Pro Tour 10 in Oslo, 11 o'clock local time, 10 o'clock in the UK. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the Euro Tour qualifiers, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for Pro Tour 10.